Molweni Betuna, and welcome to Conversations with Z. And thank you so much for joining me today. It is Women's Month, and I had promised you guys that I'll have a series where I actually bring different women into my channel to talk about our experiences. And today I brought someone, not physically here right next to me, but thanks to the virtual world, we can connect with people who are not even in the same province as us. It's obviously technology, but yeah. So welcome, Yonela.
Thank you, Zinhle. Thank you for the invite.
I'm going to introduce. Okay, let me give you a background story. I met this woman who is guys like anyways, I met her in 2008. We were in the same grade 8 class. She was always beautiful. And there was something graceful about Yonela, man, how she handled people, how she interacted with Abantu, how she carried herself, and how she spoke. She spoke beautifully in English. Anyways. Anyways, that's who I know, but I want her to tell us because we don't know you. Yeah, but I only know the 13, 14-year-old I met a few years ago. So who is Yonela Ngoko?
Hi everyone. Panzinati, welcome to my channel. Yeah. Hi, I'm Yonela. I am from Cape Town and I am now based in Johannesburg. I'm living and working in Johannesburg, and I am a mom. I think this is how I like to introduce myself now because yeah, I am a mom and I am a new YouTuber. So yeah, that's for Yonela. I'm not sure what other information I can share.
And guess Anna, you like in terms of a lot of things because I'm very interested in getting to know you. And I know that the people that are watching are gonna go to your channel. So it's a great platform for you've said already that you are from Cape Town and you're in Joburg. Like, why the move? Why the move? Just getting to know you, like, why did you move to Joburg?
Sure, why the move? You know what, I felt like my life in Cape Town was not moving. You know, like I had just graduated, I had been working for some couple years, I moved to PE to study, and I just felt like I'm not going to grow you know, in Cape Town. The opportunities, in my opinion, the opportunities in Cape Town are just, for a young Black girl, there are so many limitations for us there. And yeah, I just thought, you know what, if Nizohlala Apa Ekapa, I'm not going to grow, I'm not going to see my full potential. And when I finally decided to make the move, like Nati, you know what, Mama, Dada, I'm thinking of going to Joburg, because even the pay in Cape Town compared to Johannesburg, I realized that Cape Town, the pay is so, especially within my industry, actually, let me rather say that in my industry, the pay is so much more less in Cape Town for a Black girl as compared to Joburg. And in Joburg, there are so many opportunities, you know, there's a land of opportunity here, city and lights, you know, when they say that, it's really true. There's so many opportunities this side. And also Abantu Bamnyama are dominant in Johannesburg as compared to Cape Town. We don't deal with racism. And also what I found at Joburg, like, umntu omnyama uyakwazi uthatha omnye umuntu omnyama akhule naye okanye amkhulise ngaloo ndlela leyo, akubuze, what do you like, what do you do, and they help you because they know uba ndiyakunceda, loo nto leyo is not going to take anything away from you. Even ndiyakunceda sawukhula soyi-two. And I love that culture so much in Johannesburg. And yeah, so I decided to move, and when I made that decision, but I'm leaving within 2 months. I resigned. I had no money. Like even now for my interviews, my mom kept on paying for my flights. I came here, but I was determined that I'm gonna move. And the moment I made the move, I saw changes in my life within a month. like I saw changes in my life. I grew so much. I gained independence. So yeah, sorry, I'm taking this way too far, but yeah, that's why I decided to move, because I just felt like the opportunities in Cape Town were not going to get me to where I need to be. And I knew that there are so many things that I want to do now, and Cape Town is really not going to get me there. And also the environment, even now, but no offense, I'm not saying this because now I'm over, but I felt like even in Tangazam, you know, in conversations, ingathi umuntu is okay and comfortable with where they are. You know, ayikho la nto yoba iyakumotivata umuntu athi bana, you know what, masenzele ukubone. It's just like umuntu is comfortable with where they are. Abanye bayakuncisha when it comes to opportunities, and I was just like, no.
You don't have it.
And here, strangers literally helped me, and yeah, that's why I decided to move. Then see Vange Joburg, but when I came here, I could literally confirm what I thought.
Like, you don't even need to apologize for taking it far, because I want you to take it as far as you can go.
One thing about me, and I even end up babbling. So
it's fine, because it could be that there's someone that's actually watching the interview that thinks of moving to a different city and that actually needed to hear what you have to say. I just want to know, ne? I can attest to the conversations, I said, Joburg, like, because I have friends that side, and every time when I come back, we are demotivated to do better, to, like, they have that thing, even if it's a Brian, Sana, what do you do? They're not asking from
and it's not offensive, but we are about what do you do for a living? Yeah.
It's like they want a network, actually, but like can we collaborate on something type of energy? What has been difficult about staying in a different city away from home, besides the obvious, which is missing your family? Have you ever maybe had another cultural shock? Or I wish I could bring this part of Cape Town here. Okanye, is there like, is everything okay? As in, like, culture-wise, my experience at Joburg, I find abantu less friendly when it's not business. Like, if you have a complex, people are minding their business too much, which comes across as cold, because I'm this person, hi, like, hi, like, you don't even know who I am. So that for me is unfriendly. So what have you found? Okay.
Just to add to what you're saying about now we've got completely different personalities. I'm not the kind of person who now also really as not because of anything, but because I'm shy. Like, I'm generally a shy person. But the shock that I got when I was here was that, firstly, you do get some attitude. And even now, I've been here for 3 years, but these languages are not because I'm phony or whatever, but I'm proud of ngesixhosa sami, ngesixhosa sasekhaya, sisendisaziyo. And if when I, like, umuntu apha uzovela afike avrityiza athethe isuthu, and you think to yourself, why uzovela assume uba ndiyakuva? But the moment I start speaking ngesixhosa sami, it's like, why uzothetha isixhosa apha? So I think that was the biggest challenge that I had, even as eteksini when I remember the first month dilapha, first 2 months, I was commuting taxi, because at the time danhlala eRandburg, which was quite a distance from my office, and therefore I had to move to be closer to the office. I was literally living 5 minutes away from the office, and getting into a taxi for me was a nightmare. I had so much anxiety being a taxi, because then so you could put in driver, sometimes, you know, the driver stop sign. It's giving agakuva, and because short right, short left, and you know, like I'm not used to that, because not it takes in a cap and you're going to drive and tell you select so it was the language. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, my nanny is going home. I usually drop her off, but
Because of the interview.
Because of the interview, but bazam drop us, so it's fine. Okay. Sorry about that. Then so it was the whole language thing, like I couldn't be wrong, but like yo. So that was the biggest challenge for me here. And nalendo yoba uthi abantu abekho friendly, abantu ba busy apha zinhle, like and it's like nobody's from here. Everyone is just from everywhere else except here. So guys, you know, I don't have time for small talk. I'm just, and that was also something that was sort of a culture shock for me, but I liked it.
It was for
you mean business. Yeah, I pretend if like, what are you bringing to the table? Why are you here? How can I be of use to you? How could you be of use to me? Don't waste my time, you know? So yeah, that was the only thing, but not to a point where I miss Cape Town because of this. No.
I guess that's why I'm still in Cape Town and you in Joburg. Anyway, let's get to the channel, right? You have a YouTube channel. And I feel like you did everything. So my baby, and then my baby, oh my God. So let's talk about your channel.
Precisely why I started the channel.
And I just enjoy, like, if you look at channel like because I'm like, yes, I know peer pressure and when I say pregnant because you speak like the journey. I'm just enjoying like watching your journey and how much you've grown and how much you've embraced all of that. What actually inspired you to start the channel? Who are you talking to?
What you just said. It's all I could think about. It's all I could talk about. And you know, for me, it was also a bit of a challenge because or private for me, because no, I had to separate and say I'm starting a YouTube channel because of A, B, C, and D. I'm going to mention why I started it, but now at the same time, how do I balance? When am I sharing too much? When am I not sharing too much? Because I even get anxiety to post on my Instagram, like just a selfie. You know, a simple selfie gives me so much anxiety on Instagram. I'll post a picture and then I'll delete it like the following day. So I want to start a YouTube channel. It doesn't make any sense. So, but yeah, the reason why I thought was, you know what, like on my journey, I had so many questions. I had so many questions that I wish Umdu would just like, if because I'm a big Googler. So if Google exactly as answers in this funayo. And I thought, how about I just start this channel? Because then if I start a channel, then I'm sure it's gonna help someone else in the process. And also these videos that I'm creating, I learned so much from myself. Even like I learned so much from recording these videos, like sitting in front of my camera and talking. I end up realizing that I wouldn't normally realize because it's a learning, and I'm conscious of the idea that I want to learn and I'm trying to not educate, you know, but like just share my experience with someone else. Yeah, someone else to sort of relate. And also it's such a beautiful journey. I want to share it with abantu who are interested in that kind of thing. And the feedback that I got was, you know what, I'm not even a mom yet, but I enjoy your content because I will know what to do because of all the information that you're sharing. So I was like, oh, that's even more motivation for me to just do it. Just share my experience. Yeah, share the amount that I want to share, and that's it. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I'm just going to share my experience and just be me. And it's really a beautiful journey for me. And I know, Guti, not everyone experiences things the same way and at the same time. But if you are having a difficult time, I hope that if you look at my journey, then you can at least get Lando about, okay, so it could be better. You know, it could get better, or maybe I can try something different and it will help me on my journey. So yeah, that's why I decided to start my YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's been 2.5 months.
Yeah, you're doing so well, actually. You're doing very well. And now I'm not a private person. I'm definitely not a private person, but I choose what to share. And I want to share this part, but like the career that I'm in, because the education, when they watch my channel, miss. And then the one thing that kept me going was when I was listening to Enyindoka Chimamanda, and she said, we censor ourselves based on who we think is going to be watching our stories. And then she says, Madam, don't think about who's watching, think about what you want to share. And in that way, then you become in love with yourself. And then people are going to relate to whatever it is that you say, because that part that you feel like...
Because you're authentic.
You are authentic, and someone has experienced it, they relate. It reminds them that I'm human too. If you're not experiencing it, then it happens to me. I think that's a beautiful part about sharing a journey or telling a story. Anyways,
true.
Now let's get to the pregnancy part. So I'm not really going to be talking about all the mommy stuff. The mummies need to go to Yonela's channel and actually watch Yonela channel. Yonela Phanyaza.
Yonela Phanyaza, yeah.
Yonela Phanyaza, you follow her on Instagram. Private. You follow her on YouTube as
I'm not private anymore on Instagram.
Okay. Now go Instagram, Yonela Phanyaza. She has beautiful content, you can tell. So you can listen to, watch her, Payana. Now, the things that I'm going to ask are the things that I want to know. Before you planned your pregnancy, if you planned or whatnot, were you ever worried about your fertility, thinking, can I actually carry a child? Is that something that you worried about because you had your child last year? Like early 20s, if I may put it that way. So have you ever questioned your fertility, or were you ever scared of being pregnant?
Honestly, no. I was never really concerned with whether I am fertile or not, or if I'll be able to have abantwana. But I've always known that I want to be a mom. I remember saying, Bana, I don't know what my purpose is in life yet, but I know one of my purposes is to have someone call me mom, whether I carry that child or not. But one day I want to be somebody's mom, and it's all in God's timing. If he allows, then it will happen. So I was never really worried about that, but I always knew mfuna umntana. And the reason why I never had a child earlier was because I did not really want the child at that time. And I've had the child where I felt like, you know what, where I'm at in my life right now, I need to have a baby. I'm 2 years away from 30. Not that age
is anything
has whatever, but like, I'm 2 years away from 30. And I always said, when I'm 27, 28, I'd like to have a baby, get married, have a baby. The baby came first, that's also okay. I mean, it's fine. But I never really thought, what
if you don't have
abantwana? Pressure yabantu nazinhle andinayo laa nto yoba ndibe ne-pressure because umntu unento ethile. No, in my timing, then it will happen. Then it will happen.
And did you plan your pregnancy?
I did plan my pregnancy, and it's so crazy because when we were talking about having a baby, it was in the yoba next year. So next year, so as in 2021, we're gonna, like, the baby is gonna be conceived and the baby will come. And the baby was like, be careful what you pray for. Pray that God prepares you to be ready for what you've prayed for. Because I've been saying jamfuna umntana, and I hope that God blesses me with the baby, but next year. So why am I sitting jamfuna umntana God and next year? Like, so it's like, you're praying for a child, and the baby I conceived in January, and so many things were happening around about that time. We went into lockdown, and it was just like shame. The timing was so great, and I always say this: God loves me. God really, really, really does love me. And there was a reason why I had my pregnancy during such a crazy time. It was very unfortunate because, I mean, Wongumtu was going through a lot. Everyone was just like, but there was a silver lining. for me, you know, and maybe not everyone was fortunate enough to have that silver lining. In fact, everyone had a silver lining because we're still here, or some of us are still here. But untandile, because we went into lockdown my whole pregnancy from the time I found out very early I was pregnant. I found out at 4 weeks that I'm pregnant. And from the time I found out till the time I gave birth, I was at home. I never once went to the office. And even nangoku, I still haven't gone back to the office. I'm watching my baby grow, you know. So it really happened at the right timing, because if benizoti I feel like there was going to be too much going on this year, you know. So last year was just the perfect time.
And girl, with that said, there were so many limitations last year with the movements and stuff. And like having a baby, especially your first baby, there's baby showers and don't. Was that something that you've always wanted to have a baby shower and it didn't happen? Or because like I had a pregnant friend last year and it was so awkward planning the baby shower based on the restrictions. You don't know when is the right time. Did that like kind of like because I hear that it's a big thing for mama to actually have a baby shower?
So with me, when it came to when I first found out, I remember teasing a cousin yam the city, but I get baby shower. I think playing a way because I've got this cousin who plans everyone's surprises. You know, she's always celebrating everyone. So I was like, I get a baby shower. But as my pregnancy progressed, I did not want a baby shower, and for like personal reasons and just security, if I can say, I did not want a baby shower. And I then later communicated it that I actually don't want a baby shower. And my man also communicated, because baby teta naye, you know, they were communicating with him, and he was also like, nah, don't do a baby shower for her, because I did not want one. But because I was blessed with such amazing people, they were like, okay, fine, we're gonna respect Yonela and not throw anything hectic, but we have to do something for her, you know. And yeah, they did. So my colleagues planned a surprise baby shower, which was virtual, but I went to the office and all the gifts were there. And then my girlfriends and cousins and friends in Cape Town, they did a surprise thing for me, Ekaya. It was very intimate. It was about 6 friends. And then even my friends here in Joburg, they also planned something small for me, and it was also about 6 friends. So I had something very like intimate, and that was enough for me. I did not want anything big, and it just turned out to be okay.
The way you
want baby shower is quite important. It is quite important. Like I did a vlog some time ago. Yes, for a friend, and she would have liked something better, and Nati would have loved to do something bigger and better for her, but because of restrictions, and also, you know, vulnerable, she's vulnerable. We don't want to expose her to whatever we might have. So it had to be something that's small and also
safe.
Exposed and safe.
So Yonela, moving to the changes, there are so many changes that happen. What are some of the physical changes that you experienced, and that maybe you feel what are the changes that you experienced when you were pregnant and after? It could be physical changes. Let's start with the physical changes. What are the physical changes that you experienced?
Physical changes, obviously the gaining of the weight. I think I mentioned a couple of times in videos that I wasn't really bothered by the weight gain. I really wasn't bothered by it. If anything, when my name is check about the gain, because I was making room to carry this baby, so I had to gain it, you know. Even there was a time where I wasn't gaining weight, and my doctor was like, okay, you need to gain weight, because as progressor, you need to accommodate the baby. So I was not bothered by the weight when I gave birth to her, and I gained 20 kgs. And I gave birth to her. I lost some of the weight, and then I gained it again. So I think the physical changes are the weight situation, because even nangoku, like in the gym, but for some reason, it's a bit difficult to shed the weight. But yeah, I guess for anyone, ukuluze weight kunzima. It's
I'm
quite a
watching,
challenge.
what weight are you talking about? Because
I gained weight and I lost it. I did lose like most of it, but I started gaining it again. And I lost it because I'm breastfeeding. But then I gained it again. So I guess it's the weight. I think that's number one. That's the physical change. And also my stomach doesn't look the same because I've never been umdonendeshe or school. I've always been big as auntie. Yeah, I've always been big as auntie, didaliwe, I would say. But isisu is something that I've never had. And now I have to sort of like look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh, I'm not used to my body being like this, but it comes with where I'm at in my life right now. And yeah, no, it's not a pretty sight. Like sonke, it was just black. And when I say black, it was really black. And there's stretch marks and it's not a pretty sight. But also I'm not too self-conscious about it. Yeah.
And let me rather also include a partner there. I'm not going to speak about a partner because I also understand the privacy, but how important is it to have a supportive partner because you're experiencing the body change, right? And also because you've been pregnant, everything revolves around the baby. Sometimes the whole conversation is going to be about the baby, which is something Namhla is not used to. So what's the role of the partner? What is the importance of presence during the pregnancy? Because most guys it's that I need to raise but it's the process of pregnancy. I don't think guys actually realize the importance. What is the importance of having an important partner or an active partner?
A present, active partner. Yeah, it's very important because you cannot do it on your own. Like, even if your partner that's there, even if it's just family, but support is really needed. We cannot do it all on our own. There's no way that we can do it all on our own. Kendi buzu sometimes, like, how do you do it all? I don't. I don't do it all. I can't do it all. I've got help, and it's really important to have a supportive partner, especially with Lendo Yoba Uti. There are changes. And I actually recorded a video just before this one on how to not lose yourself in motherhood. And I touched a bit on dating partner yako, like don't neglect your partner. There's an addition now to your family, but some neglect her so much that I feel like, sana and I'm losing umtu. And there was also a time where we would ask each other, couples so after like where's the disconnect? And I know a lot of people would mention finances, but okay, maybe Mali, but it's not only that, it's also like how you're changing. Like obviously life is not going to be the same, but also you need to realize that this person was there before the baby is an addition to your family. So and they play different roles. It's not baba is more important. They play different roles in your life, so you can never ever compare the two. But some neglect, be the same loving partner, and Naya understand, communicate. One thing about me, I communicate feelings. If there's something I don't like, I will say it, and awkward for that moment in time, but also and you can move past. So I'm very vocal about my feelings. Like I'll say, I don't like it now, and we then talk about it, and I'll be like, why? When why attend and I understand that as umama you're more nurturing maybe, and you're able to comfort the baby better than other people, and also because you're their mother. But also if there's effort, then at least I can say, okay, Aisha, you're trying, then I'll take over. So yeah, a supportive partner is very, very important. And within if body changes, as like my man would really like encourage me and be like, "Ay, baby, you look beautiful throughout my pregnancy." He reminded me how beautiful I was, and even Nangoku, he still says, even when he's born about I'm looking homeless now, he still says I'm beautiful, and it's just like,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it is very, very important, because we do like by insecure at some point. Not just is doubting, or when just like, no matter how strong you are, confident you are, we have moments of insecurity
where you need affirmation.
Yes, where you need affirmation, where there is speaking kind words to yourself or your partner. But yeah, and we always dating, like we'll go on a date, on a solo date, well, not solo date, but like on a date without the baby. And when we're there, we try not to talk about the baby, like we will try not to talk about the baby, talk about other things and not the baby.
Anything as hard as the baby,
because yeah, talk about other things but the baby. Sometimes, so as not, pressure, so as not, and then we'll start talking about other things besides the baby. It's really important.
And with that said, there's that physical change, yes, and the mental change or emotional change. How do you now view the world now that you're a mother? Because I've never known love, but an political mother. Yeah, drama. I've never known love until I held my baby, my angel of note. So I just want to know from you, like, how do you now view the world now that you are a mom?
Not to be poetic, but on a serious note,
allowed to be poetic.
I know. There are so many changes that you go through, like the physical that we've spoken about, but there's a whole identity shift because it's not just you as a woman. There are so many challenges that we face just as a woman. There's judgment, there's social status, there's your status emsebenzini, there's other things that you're dealing with as a woman. But now there's something added on to these challenges that you're facing as a child now. There's a whole identity shift, and a developmental transition from being Yonela, to being umama ka ladybug. So there's that whole shift now, and it plays a big role on your mental state because there are so many things, like there's fears and things that you are so scared of because I'll tell you when I wear like I'll tell you when I wear, are you thinking of the baby? Is the baby choking on the spit up? Is the baby, is the baby okay? So you have to grow up. You have to be responsible. If you're responsible before, be responsible because there's a little baby that needs you to take care of them, so yeah, there's that whole and it's not even I need to grow up. And it's changed me in a way where it made me softer. I think I've always been responsible. I've always been responsible, but I'm also quite strict by nature. And I think, earlier on you were talking about me in high school being Lomdu, who was nice and whatever. But I don't think everyone thought that about me. They didn't really like me because apparently serious or whatever. Serious by nature and like I'm a very serious person by nature.
Can I cut you off? I think they didn't like you simply because you were beautiful. It is a girls' school after all, and women have always had that pull each other down type of thing. Mind your own business. So when people don't know your business, then they start making assumptions. Yeah. So I don't think it was being strict.
Shame. And I knew Abandifuni, and while some people, there were people who really loved me, and there were also people who didn't like me for no reason. And that's because Nigumdu was serious, by nature. Like I'm a very serious person and I'm very responsible. So my motherhood journey now has made me softer. Okay. Like it's made me softer and I'm not so strict anymore. And you would think now that I'm a mom, I should be strict because it's really made me so much softer. And I'm looking at life. Yeah, I'm looking at life like on a different view now. I'm looking at life on a different view, and I just want to care for this baby. And it's a choice that I make every single day to be a mom to her. Where we plan to have her, where I decided to carry her, she came and whatever. But I still decide every single day to be a loving mom, to be a present mom, to enjoy the journey and not dwell so much on the negativity. And even in pandemic, you know, like I said, it's weird in motherhood journey, because the pandemic is funny. I was saying this to Uzinkita, where I was saying abantwana bethu are born in such a weird time. All she knows umntanam are the masks. Was the masks, was the social distancing, and that's the time that she grew up in. And Tina, like zasishawdwa bana, hayi Yonela bulisa ubani bani okanye habu ubani bani okanye phuza umakazi bani bani. No. Why? You know, we shouldn't force our children. We shouldn't force our children to kiss a relative, to hug a relative. You know, and go abethu abantwana are literally growing up in a time where social distancing is a thing. So there are those boundaries now. And boundaries, like, don't just come grab my baby. And I think this time now has taught us that, and we don't really have to like feel bad for certain things, you know. It is the way that it is. Social distancing, babes, so don't make excuses for umntana wakho ba akafuni ubulisa umuntu ethile, because boundaries are very important. So this has really also taught me like boundaries and do things that make you happy. Because even on the motherhood journey, like say feelings is abantu and disregarding our own feelings, because ngoku umuntu ufuna umbamba umntana akho kanye umuntu ngoku ucingela yena ba shame. No, do what makes you happy on your journey. Our journeys will never be the same. Tina, we're just here to share our experiences, and maybe you can take something from experience here and there, but each journey is completely different to your journey. And I guess that's what this time, pandemic, and my motherhood journey has taught me. Like boundaries, set boundaries, do what makes you happy and what makes you and your family happy. And yeah, it's helped me become softer and more understanding. I'm not quick to, you know, like I think before I act, I think before I speak as well. Like I didn't in jail.
And I was going to ask, what do you want someone to take away from this interview? But your answer was just a mouthful. I think you don't even need to answer that question per se, because like there's a lot of things that I took away from that. But I'm still going to ask, because I always ask anyone that I invite to my channel. But like, it is Women's Month. Like, what would you like women to take away from this interview? Okanyeke, what have you learned as a woman?
What I would like them to take away from this interview is that I think I said it already, but like do what makes you happy, you know, do what makes you happy, and don't seek for perfection. Like on a motherhood journey, don't seek perfection in everything that you are doing, because we are only human, and we are going to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up, you know, don't be too hard on yourself, and just take it as it comes. There are unforeseen circumstances. There are so many things that are out of our control when it comes to this motherhood thing. And, you know, even no matter how much you prepare for it before or when you're pregnant, no matter how many books you read, lentos odibana nayo in motherhood might not be what you prepared for, because each journey is they're all different. And like I said, I'm just sharing experience, and maybe if you're going through the same thing, or just to have an overview or an idea, but each journey is completely different. Never compare yourself, never compare your motherhood journey, never compare your life just in general to anybody's, because we're all walking different paths. And yeah, man, and like it's such a weird, crazy time. Like this whole pandemic is weighing heavy on everyone. So just take it as it comes. Don't be too hard on yourself, and pray. You know, pray about every situation that you're in, and God will really reveal to you what you need to see and what He wants you to see at that moment in time. And yeah, He will make things better for you eventually. It always gets better.
It always gets better. Thank you so much, Yonela, for joining me on my channel. I really do appreciate the conversation that we've had. I hope that abantu ababukeleyo, like, they have found this educational. Thank you so much for sharing a part of you with us. You can follow her on her YouTube channel, Yonela Phanyaza. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like, comment, give us any feedback. You can also do the same on her channel. If video, because I uploaded it, like, oh, you might upload it before you uploaded it. But anyways,
I'm not sure when I'll upload it, yes, because even when I was recording, I was just like, oh, I'm not sure about this video since I'm born.
Maybe you should take your own advice. We are not perfect. Upload the video.
Yeah, I will. I just need to edit and upload.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, technology in the trick today. It's been such an
exercise. The challenges we faced.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for having me, Zinhle, and thank you for your channel. I've said this to you before. I really enjoy channel Yako. Like, the conversations that you are having on this channel are very informative. We learn so much from you and from your guests. So yeah, keep it up and road to 500.
Yeah, I'm thinking of 500. And sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm just doing it, and I'm inviting people and having conversations that I would like to listen to. So I hope Abadu feel the same. And goes,
yeah,
okay,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.